So in this video I will be redoing my Itabags. The plan is to move Nozomi from this green bag into this purple bag, as it's much larger and can fit all the stuff I now have. As for Ruby, I bought a new pink bag and she's going to go in here. The first step was to completely empty the bags, taking off all the ribbon, badges and straps. I emptied all of the straps and badges into a bag so I could use them later. It didn't take too long, as most of them were just hooked onto the ribbon. Some of them, however, were clipped on with safety pins, and that was a little more difficult. I had previously used duct tape to attach the ribbons as well as hot glue, and it proved to be quite difficult to remove in certain areas. In fact, I just gave up on trying to get the glue off and decided to use the other side of the cushion cover. Next, I needed to make a new backing piece for my Itabag, so I used the previous one as a template and cut a new one out of some nice card. The card was very thick, so I had to use a craft knife as well as some scissors. As I put the card into the bag, I realised that the screen was really dirty, so I took a glasses wipe and spent a little while cleaning it. I then took the cardboard out and prepared to add fabric. I decided that in order to decrease the bulkiness, I would actually cut out the fabric instead of just wrapping it around cardboard. After seeing the mess that hot glue made, I decided I'd still use duct tape instead. It was then time to figure out the ribbon placement. I realised the short purple pieces I rescued from the other Itabag could still be used if I put them lengthways instead of horizontally. I then secured them with duct tape. Unfortunately, it's no longer rainbow. After that, I cut the green pieces to size to go along horizontally. I then began to add a background by adding trading cards. I didn't want to damage them, so I stuck 2 sticky notes to the back and then glued them on using duct tape. I also printed out some images of my favourite Nozomi cards from the new game. I say new, but it's been out for like 6 months at least. Once I finished the background, it would now be time to add the merch. Most of the merch that I add to this bag came from YY on Instagram. You can find the links to them in my description. This isn't sponsored, but I wish it was. You'll notice that I try to keep my Itabag symmetrical, so I use this big strap as a centerpiece and have these 2 decker straps on the side. I had 2 different straps wearing the same outfit, so I used them as a pair. I added my little acrylic straps to the bottom. They all say her name on it, so I think it's nice to have them together. It was at this point that I realised I had 2 Sunny Day Song straps and replaced the Powerpuff Girls with the Sunny Day Song strap to make it more symmetrical. I placed the 2 Wonderful Rush straps next to each other. I didn't actually realise it at the time, but it was a nice coincidence. As she didn't really match with anything, I placed the Powerpuff Girls strap at the top in the middle. And we're done! I then shuffled the board into the bag and did the zip up. Here's a closer look in all its reflective glory. I cut out the board for the pink bag off camera as it was quite difficult. I didn't have any fabric this time, so I was gluing funky foam onto it. I bought this cute ribbon that reminded me of a jellyfish, and I just thought it was perfect for Ruby. I also printed out some of my favourite cards from the game as I didn't have any trading cards. When placing the straps, I started out with the more unique pieces to make the centerpieces, such as my acrylic strap, my badge, and my weird felt thing. I then tried to make things symmetrical with the straps I had two of, or ones that were similar colours. I added such of the gacha straps at the bottom. They were more difficult to add as they don't have little hooks, only a chain, so I have to use a safety pin to attach them. I added the little mini figures as well in the middle, but they were a little wonky, so I had to shake them a bit. I added an extra strap of ribbon just at the top to make it look neater. I then placed it in the bag and with a little bit of effort managed to close the zip. I wasn't able to include all of the stuff, but I'm glad I could fit most of it in this bag even though it was quite a bit smaller.